This one too. Oh, this one's a little better. You gotta state your name. Let me get your phone. Make a phone call real quick, please. Stand back, stand back, stand by, stand by, stand back, stand by. Use your telephone, your telephone, your telephone. Don't come here. Gun better, gun bigger. That's very, very frightening. It just depends on the individuals. If you ran a life of, you know, living that kind of. So, yeah. So get that phone, come on. We're very indebted to Spectrum. Very, very nice. Not like your. I might have to interrupt because Leviathan's trying to close in, and I have to out Leviathan him. In a way that isn't rabid and morbid. Let's put that aside. I have to get that. All right, come on, moving on. You know where it is right here, right there. Yeah. So we make a miracle. You got to make sure you have this right. I got to get on the phone, and I have to have somebody on the. George Tenet. I don't know what to tell them. It sounds like I'm being pushy and stuff. But you have to have this information, and it has to be conferred. Oh, I know that Marshall's here. Oh, don't do that. You're busted. You're going to jail. Beto's going to jail. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. The rules on nuisance abatement animals and exotic killer creatures are not even so far and in between, for one. They're not in, sure. You're not recording that, no. So how are you going to do that? Yeah. So you guys are a little bit of a start. Yeah, we'll give it to Blondie, what his name. Yeah, he's kind of a nice guy. But try to, yeah, it's very terrible. Very terrible. You know? Very terrible. Very terrible. You know, and they play you to do that. Oh, yes, they do. Put that peer pressure on you. And Steve, in a fair deal. Fair and square deal. It's not Stan. And looking at that, it's great. Let's kind of keep it compartmentalized. It mind us anybody. Don't say it too much, Steve. And Steve's a toothpick size. Toothpick. Bring that. And Tim was nice to me. That's the last thing I heard. A couple of, you know, it isn't very much a big challenge. If Steve's really a toothpick, if you're mad at Ansi, is one thing. Take out on Steve. Oh, yeah, I think so. Don't let anybody. Let's get a couple of the boys get a job site. Join your job site. Contract agent. You might not believe this, but sometimes I like that guy. Guess why? I ain't gonna tell you. There could be some of that. So when coming off a boss, boss, we're gonna subpoena this a little bit, but yeah, you're just a man we like. Yeah, we didn't get your badge number all the way. We didn't get all that, but you're the one that's got, not Kathy. Make sure we got that. I don't care. Nuclear refurbishment says something. And I made a point of it. You know, I pointed it out fair and square. I objected to other stuff. A fair deal. So I'll need a witness protection program. The building needs to be annexed or no, you stay away from him. You stay away from him, and you stay in this part of the town. And you say it nothing to do with this. It's very difficult enough to fathom fraud in every case and all that kind of stuff. Oh, no, we're not. Yes, we are. Everybody's in on it. You want to see and bet. Too close for uncomfortabilities. So Steve's rattling off. Everybody's in on every crime and this, that, and the other. So we have to try to not look as though we're nothing less than, wow, doing so great in setting that kind of environment, especially when the nuclear refurbishment. And back in the day, it was a nuclear umbrella. And you weren't a peeping Tom of Brent Scowcroft. No. So, Mr. Crockett, you stay away, please. Had I taken a right cross or upper jab or I didn't sock anybody, no, sir. $1,000, no, sir. I didn't even punch anybody, or just went 25 years ago when Dutch and a little takedown. That was all, everything. All there was. Last I knew. So some of these people, some of these are a little more elite at this, or eclectic, or some word to describe a little bit. You don't know me, I don't know you. I don't know you that much. I don't get you eating up and all that. Ready meals. And if I made you guys, it made you too, by the way. It seems to be indicating I made them, and it shows some slight traces. So I don't want to get weird, and Ricky's on the loose. So we got enough to go around. They need to be in custody, not new police on the block doing everyone up. Because then it's a lost scene, a lucid scene. So I want you, witness protection there, the need. Those are those clips that we had earlier that would have went in a timely way. Would have, we could get that and record that, yeah. And so please, no matter who or what, Mr. Rackakis, you're not Mr. Rackakis, you're a predator in the act. And I can have you killed, all of you, because you're trying to make a try on me. Anthony Rackakis isn't really your name at this. You're not an injunction either. You're an unlawful assembly, like I told, right? Why do you think I said that? You need a psychiatrist, Mr. Rackakis, sir? Is cartoon phenomena reflector field technology? Oh, okay, let's see. What do you got here? And so these individuals do not know how to behave themselves. If I had a say in the matter, I don't want to tell you what I would do. I'd put them in an eye for an eye, refer something or the other. All right, then. Yeah, so I'm going to need this building is probably a better idea because Nancy's been perched here in a way, and Kathy is in over her head, is going to die. Nancy said it. They're trying to murder me too, one too many times. I don't care if it's everybody behind my back. Oh, that's Leviathan. And this ain't a La Leche deal. They don't do La Leche crimes. If it had been a 20% population that did 16% homicides and food, things of that nature, there would have been a hats off on that one. But I don't want to beat. I can beat him up to a pulp. Let me go. I'll beat him up for a little bit. Let you let Peter Schumacher take a look. I'm gonna beat you up a little bit, if you don't mind. See we're to work our way back from the debris field. If you're forgetting something, penis protrusion neater. So Ricky led the leagues in popping everybody's chute and phony family members right behind. Little did I know, and that explains that. And she might need to do a year, and I'm not kidding. You're not funny, not even remotely close. To make a mockery of this, expect to live a long life. Make me your target. You could say murder all the F-bomb you want, because that's all you're saying to do. with him. And I pray to God that you go first, because I don't like you. That I murdered you first. Good, dude, go murder him. So let me muster up some real gentlemen, please. Thank you, sir. Way too slow. If you want to talk, Mr. Rukakis, please bring us forward to Skype. It'll sound a lot better. You'll like it, believe it or not. But put a little mini thing on you can shut me off. And try to prepare, if you would, or we could, to pass the baton, more importantly, as opposed to be carnivorous about this, so to say, stipulate and share. If we could or wouldn't be less than open. Okay, one moment, please. Thank you. We'll be right back. Way too slow. I have to come back later and do this. It's way too slow. So there's much to do about everything, not much to do about nothing. You're not a real psychiatrist. You know the score. Don't be lying in the market, everything, and don't be buying their stories. Don't be buying anything funny. Nothing funny about debris fields getting refurbished. Nothing funny about a epitaph of a nuclear, but nothing funny about disappearing acts. I don't want to see that over here in my area. I wanted it. Ooh, that he was way too. He needed to be stopped. That's why I got to get this written right here. We'll follow up on that because there's no sense. He's back 5 minutes
United
later.
States District Court, Central District of California. Rules governing 2,254 cases. Rules governing Section 2254 cases, 1/16, page 3 of 4. B. Requesting discovery. A party requesting discovery must provide reasons for the request. The request must also include any proposed interrogatories and requests for admission, and must specify any requested documents. C. Deposition expenses. If the respondent is granted leave to take the deposition, the judge may require the United States District Court, Central District of California. Rules governing 2,254 cases. Rules governing Section 2254 cases, 1/16, page 3 of 4. B. Request. United States District Court, Central District of California. Local Civil Rules. LR 83-16, 1/16, Local Civil Rule 83-16.
Okay, so what I want to do, that's what I'm going to do here, but I need to make sure I have funding. Okay, affirmative, sir. I'm going to make a phone call to the public defender again and to Mr. Gumlia. My memory holds out. I need a little more memory, obviously. I need to have stats. And you're to step aside and not get in my way and make death threat tries, Anthony Rukakis. And did I show you the firing squad sign, if it's applicable or not? Please, don't make tries. Stipulate your say, your side, your share, your gripes, your betterments, your all to do with record of, as Did you murder too much to be friendly about this? Can you behave and be nice? No, you can't. You're asking Ricky to hurt me. And you know you are. And you know if he does that, everybody else is vulnerable. If I asked you to hurt me first, did I hurt you first? Did I take a swing? So you and Kathy were sitting in a tree. They were doing, don't go in. I gotta keep an eye on her too. Don't you get mixed in. Maybe you finally made it. You guys look really, really good. Let's keep it that way. Stay away from beta and thought, mindset, attitude, and especially those areas, the Hispanic areas, Hispanic, those guys are being way. And so you're there, like my material. So I'd rather you wind up in Steve's. Let's say, if you said prisoner of war, I would punch you myself. But Steve, as opposed to full blown that, and to the point of view, I have no individual capacity whatsoever. Really, really quick. But anything can happen. So, yeah. And always, if we could, even if to remind us that Don might have to, it's not anyone's guess that Mr. Harlow was debriefed to try to use telephones and chairs and tables, to get Don to step down. See, not, I can't. You have an inventory that isn't something to say about qualifying or disqualifying and mitigating and not mitigating. So there's not a time to give up the ship. If there's any way to bring it back, they stole the money. You heard right. People got their money in the till. And nuking away, too. See, Marshal Service. So, between us, I don't want to say, I do want to say there's ways and means to, so let's please. Your magic, my magic, your magic, my magic. What energies, defining energies, and mirror on the walls, seismic. So whatever happens, you're not just a gun. Try to remember that. You're a good time was had for all. Involvement, not what she says she's got dicks. Oh man, it gets ugly too. So not no sir. Unless I would like to get, beat out of me real bad, but I don't feel like it. You sure, Steve? So you can smell it too. Sulfur. And some of these people are hit really, really bad. And they don't show. Oh, yes, they are. And they'd rather go to H words because they're stuck. People like Mercakis and other people. So it's imperative, police witness, to share and stipulate that the obligation assumed here is that even to the public defenders post deputy public or the federal areas. We went here and we almost are just about out. See, you're in no compliance order. And I know Warren up there, look. See? So to make it fun, friendly, and always been to beat up computers more than guns in the future. Get the right misses. And above all, stay away from monsters and get out of that monster category. And not to drill you on it, it's completely doable if you keep those kind of tonages, tone sounds. And yeah, in the building here, not to be rude, crude, or unacceptable, and housing is area of, oh wow, I thought saw something, but I didn't know if it was going to work something. And that could be the speed of it right there, or the tenor. But if you smell what I smell, and, you know, one day right in the kisser, and I'm glad I'm not looking like Jackie Gleason right now, Steve. But I was, no, Steve, come on. One day right in the kisser. Is that something to say? You guys been nuking the holy daylights out of everything and everything, and everything and everything. What can that mean? Impressionable? Nuking the daylights. Now, Ricky did a deal. Ricky did a parasite poop shoot pop from the get-go, a pre-planned do every living thing off in creation, and made a bunch of parasites and give you more power if you go against us. And never do you going to be ever look like a life force, a person being at the rate we see. An umbilical. And so to loathe in it, to get away from it unscathed, to get CDC treatment. I know it's not really a Charmin, depending on how you word it, and not really entice and deceive. Yes, well, we just associate with the suit and tie areas. No. It did come down to this. So these are kind of the players we had up, the ones that look a little better, and so in making a movie or a film, or you're going to want to do your own versions, and you want to say affirmative, sir, and hurry up and get it to do the transaction. You do not want to load any more sound edges. To be an expert in sound and acoustical fidelity. No, you're not that. Gotcha, do a good job, very good. Oh, wow, great, good day. To say you're parked on not exactly a planet anymore, you're parked on a political obligation to not kill everyone where they are at right now, and you're running amok too, doing the evilest, lyingest, connivingest. That was what seemed to be going on. And that East Coast and West Coast and the world don't open for business because you're too busy. We nukes away, flying saucer. And then you're doing real bad sodomy, and you're being it, and I want to clock you out so bad. Boom! So it is hard, and they need to stay away. That is very, very bad, brutal, murdering, lying, conniving. Want to do everything, overstep the bounds right here. The line's right there. What are you doing on this side? You're trespassing. You're a burglary and a trespass. That's Patricia shoot. A burglary and a trespass, say the least. An intruder. No, you're intrusive. You're not an intruder. You're a try to murder me too many times problem. And you're not telling anybody what happened to you for it. You're not telling anybody what goes on when those kind of things occur a few too many times. And you're trying to murder me again, and to sway an opinion you should never, ever expect to even live, let alone ask people to do when I think you're trying to psych inside. You don't know the difference of uphold, protect life, or go and make monster people and kill all life. Now, should this occasion never had arisen, but it did. And if you don't like it, I'm going to be as tough as I have to be in valuing my own life, and valuing a film capability, and so saying and sharing and stipulating. Not only did I not throw any punches or kick or hurt in any forcible manner of throwing blows or physical. At the end of the rules of war, I'll get them up here for you. You have to really hit somebody, kill, blow some up. even stealing money real bad. But that I didn't do. Somebody I know, though, did, like your name, Patricia Shoot. Still thinking you can walk over here. This ain't a whole treasury, too, police chief. I have to get you in trouble. You better have this cleared up. And it'll be like, oh, lovey-dovey. And there is no way we can have couples anymore right now because you're too busy raping them. Anthony Rikakis. And Wit's helping you. Turn them into giants. Raping them and murdering them, turning them into giants, coming back, then turning them into nothing, and then, oh, you're caught? Okay, go against Steve and make him big, look. Like the devil deals, full blown. I wouldn't think you would let it get this nasty. Don't let it get this nasty, please. And she needs to stay out of this. You are a very violent. I saw you murdering and doing monster dunder to my types, my friends, my people. I saw you lying in wait to do us up. And in so saying, if you noted the research or didn't want to note the research, that could very well mean a very, very unfortunate Jamestown scene at something thinks it can walk away from this. It asked you very many times, Perez also, to behave yourselves, keep your hands to yourself. Don't get involved anymore in this matter, please. Nuclear wars too many times, and very many. To say 1,000 different foul plays is funny. Tries every day, fair. No, it has to be stopped. It needs to be understood. A moment of understood silence here to regard an agreed need and behavioral modifications. And so sharing and stipulating, if anybody who murders as much as you do and rapes and kills and tortures and does cockroach larvae now, full blown with Manny, and is not telling and talking what you turned into. Very, very terrible. And you're on the list too. And you're congregating whoever, however, Kathy especially, to murder me, up to Yin Yang, who's doing the same. And as if I have time to explain, nuclear bombardments and gunfire ain't the same, are they? In compression analysis. So by asking nicely that, move over there and stay out of the business, don't go, oh, I gotta go over here and be a bad. But affirmative is what we need, so we need to get on the line with Mr. Gumlia, and we need to have that kind of guarantee that very, very bad killers with killer's passions to get very, very ugly. And everybody, Steve, it's easy to say, and if you want to pull it straight forwardly, you want to manage Steve because the God caught you and transcribe it all when I'm not looking and sleeping. And say no such thing as ANSI, you go marching to the door, and you let him do it. I don't know what you're talking about. So to be able to trust an image for further use, not any old image. So swear it didn't happen, and do not ever do that. Do not conspire with others to retract. And you stole the money too, and divvied it up to whoever, however, would go against the United States of America. So help you God. Madam Secretaries. And to not want to let go, say who is who, who's guilty of, you're on the list and need to be taken out because I told you not to let her go. She wants to try to murder me too much and ask others to do that. And laughs too. It's called contemptuous mockery of the law and the Lord and the laws. I'll stand again, I object. Had I not, for which it stands its regard for protect those that remain to be protected and live and served and seated in blueprints or something to see, say, share, stipulate any court's either responsibility or concern or efforts to invest, research further, find good in any to say or share or stipulate, have any doubts. Cockroach larvae going down. Is that going to do Vice, who I myself pride in myself, and unfortunately my record, a couple of 647Bs, oh no. But that, my record, yeah, that record, no. Thank you, Your Honor. I have words of concern. So, and I didn't say, so you need to stay away from this, and we need to make sure Kathy is in a way that she's not trying as much as she's out of control, because Manny and BETTO, you know you're theirs. You're there too. Very impressionable. Very unlawful and illegally involved. Unlawful is to abduct and sodomize. That you do and did with them. And I have a badge too. I got a big badge that you didn't know about too. I'm a cosmic police, much to my surprise. And unspeakable. There's something about removing your airframe too. So I don't want to hear, and I disagree, want to fight about it because you didn't kill him. As you see, I catch in the act and need to be killed. Either me or them. Is that not to move? Freeze right there. Now, I'm not going to be nice about this, but I shouldn't want to be nice about this. I say to take her and them out. What you're in the act of doing, trying to murder me. And laughing too. And I'm not going to sit here and low that to kill you in every regard. I got things to do. I'm going to kill you dead right there on the act, massacring phonies, and then make them giants to murder me. After I brought him, I brought him back. And screwing and killing and screwing Ray, Damien, as many times a magic show to come about with a most unopportune outcome and unopportune circumstances to bring them forward and back on your own as a magic abuser. As did he see BETTO's abuse of our tap that went sour? But I say it right though. So I need them both capped. I need you taken out and Damien taken out together because you're laughing like anything I never ever would allow. That isn't okay. Put it over there and not do it. Screw around. I want them both taken out. Taken into custody at least. And I do not want magic shows in this area. That BETTO. Jail. So by taking advantage in every regard that can ever be imaginable, what was had a what could be termed an orthodontist cap over his head is an observation of if it was either reliable enough or competent enough to even own or size have a gun. And you guys get out of here. I want dead men and those guys right there. Pretty basic. Damien, whoever trying to look, murder him. You can't profess murder and expect to live. Did I have time to add any more to that? Do I want to say to shoot on sight or to kill them on arrival, please, and don't do anything to do less? That's what I pray for. That I'll pray for. But if you're sticking me up, well, I mean, I don't like that. You don't mind, do you? You're not to mind. You're not to mind. They're not to mind. I want them dead ducks, too. Summarily, I want Damien said, summarily, you cheat with everyone and fuck around and laugh in my face. So as soon as someone kills you to the fullest extent, excruciating in him, too, by the way, them who you're inviting to do, and get bigger and get everybody. Make sure you got it all cleaned up. Whatever the fuck happens will happen. What'll be, will be. And that's how you plan your future. And that is no way to treat a lady or a gentleman in growing ranks, which you have no concern whatsoever, a one-track mind. That needs to be not even enough to describe that. So you're, so if I go to another subject and forget it, not only what I do, but it is the record. I want whoever, however, eye for an eye, excruciating. Because funny is what you think is said. Want me to use expletives. I don't feel like arguing right now. I just feel like ending yours. And Auntie, do not talk to me if you cannot keep the peace. And you, another one, yeah. It's difficult to bring you back. And when we do, you do not have the consensus that Don is very much in need to be replaced by the vice president. And so when Mr. Harlow got a wild bug, wherever, however, anyway, Mr. Harlow needs to be talked to or something like that. And you have a nice retirement, if that can be shared and stipulated or refurbished. That might not be able to, though. No, don't, there's nothing's funny in life. Just hopefully your wife and your one or two at the most, if she had broken off or something. Some miracles beyond belief and a way to shut down BETTO that you would never understand or want to understand. You had plenty of time, so I can't leave it to you. I talk, so therefore I'm a funny queer murder call. I'm not a queers call or a murder call, and that's what you think it is. Psycho. And psycho is derogatory. You're on the list, and that is very, very much, I warned and shared. And fuck you, I warned and shared? Well, I want to see you guys kill yourselves, okay? Since you like to murder so much and change the subject, I'm really bad. Let me show you. when really you're trying to say, I'm really big because I did more devil deals for bigger energy, lots of seismonships, and it shows. So by a need for custodies, at least 30 days, so by a need for both of you to be ended at what you just pulled. So in on it, yeah, those guys are rip-offs. T and donor. Don't get too friendly with them. Don't get too friendly with donor. If I said it, you want to make sure Odom is not getting in, and they did infiltrate that way. You want to put him back over here. I'll give him a call. And fuck that, fuck that, fuck that, fuck that, fuck that, fuck that. You got to out without being a disgraceful, abominable to the max. That fuck that, fuck that, fuck that, fuck that. That's funny, if there's any funding in it, and fuck that, fuck somebody up, and put it in his head. It's gonna be too late, and it is too late. It is too late. Guess why? Just be right back. Yeah, be right back. To him, I told you about him. You didn't believe me. You said pull the sign like in Gray Davis and all that. That's not never enough. And that's why this needs to be done right now. And come in, please, both of you. So by even giving you a chance, bringing back the lights in the cities and peoples. I got a bad, don't ever do that. Bluey, nuke again, nuke again, nuke again, nuke again, nuke again, nuke again. Exactly that, though. Material fact I just saw. When it went smoke. That's why I call you right there. Nothing what I do. I don't do it that way. I remand a different way. And they're doing illegal remands. And I'm not to do anything to viable, model, and do detestable at the same time. No, sir. You're too busy screwing whoever, however. It'll be a burn on me. You think that's funny? I kid you not. I disagreed, didn't want to understand, pull him aside like Mr. Clancy didn't want to do. Pull a few aside. I disagreed, I didn't want to understand still. Why would I want to pull him aside? Because he's dead as a doornail. Or is this the reasoning that some seem to think they have all the answers? Like Wazowski, no. So I've got work to do. You stay away. Don't bring guns or trouble over here. The only thing that I need here, I don't need my friends like Kurt and all, or relatives or not, being sabotaged in the resurrection phase that Joe Perez and others are doing torture to right now. You want to kick their ass and free them? Then I could use your ass. I'm not free him and fuck him up and fuck him through and through, and more so. Do you know what I really am? Became. So you're gonna have to really stay away from these photos over here. And that's why I need, for sure, not only a witness protection agency to do exactly that, but I need the Secretary of Staff assistant, beyond a shadow of a doubt, to monitor any photos that I particularly handle and respective and rightful to say stipulations and stipulations to extend you the baton and not flee and watch the thieves, treasury money, loot some more in the act. That shoot her on sight, kill her. Oh yeah, now I get it. So this is why we don't want to involve the other folks like you're doing. You know it real good things, because there's the opposite of you want to work, and not you. You need to be ended right here. Boom! You're just way too out of line to even talk to. That isn't me. I'm gonna actually look at you like I said, take him out too, and take out what's his name, Clapper, because you want to do it. Yeah, I don't. You're not gonna want to hear this, and ladies gonna listen to what I'm gonna say. This is too censored for them to look at. That's why even if you ready meals all day long. So you think you have a right to pull a gun now, and I just convicted you, and I asked you to turn yourself in and do your time. And that is not really done anymore. That is a parasite way big, that one gulp, and you're done too. Right? So you don't think I debriefed, and debriefed in a way that one would make some sense out of that which is lawful, that which is not only evident, but that which is a paramount safety need to protect ourselves from them. It's not an understatement, sir. So by seriously not wanting to step aside, seriously, and by a need to take your cannelloni out, you're not cute. What you really do still have intended, straight face and bold face too. The only way to stop you, I don't have time to talk to you all day like a nursery rhyme. You're not a nursery rhyme, kid. You're no sir, murder all the heck you can. Every living thing in creation does not matter. Perpetrator and vigilante together. And I didn't say for you to be like that. I'm not going to paint the others like that. I'm not painting you like that. You're not? No. I'm not painting you like that. I'm not going to paint you like that. That's how the film goes. If you got a film. I don't feel like painting him like that. If I felt like, I'll let you know. You guys go to a lot more class, remember? Oh, yeah. So by having him not to give up the ship resolve. Oh, yeah. That's all you got. I gotta work, man. I got a business. All right. So by not having a good communication line going, let me know, let me see, let me hear what has been down and what is not down as far as services and nuclear contamination or radioactive or atmospheric or flight aperture alone. So the kind of words that we just heard are not being spoken in a cross line. Neat. And you're not even close. You're just doing, let me do it. So he has to stay on the picture. And if I ask you at Stanford to be able to go through these photos for me, so if I'm working on any photos, I'm not even going to just find you. Oh, I'm not, oh, yeah, they're real good on there. That's why. That's one of the reasons. So ensure if something's to keep us from getting in accord here, and there's no such thing as Baltimore and SSI checks is they hoodlum up with the money anyway, stole our money. And you're not going to be getting checks paid either pretty quick. State Department. You know, a trick to play. You want to see the perpetrators? We're going to get another look. You're not to be around anymore, and that's why I got to work on the habeas corpus. Let me get this to you over here. That's why you have to do this. You have to do it. So Steve, you're not a big round. You heard about S. Yeah, I heard about it. Don't get that anyway. Anyway, you know you have to do it. So this is like the Info Center. We need maps, we need purchasing, work to do. Or else you're just going to be a bunch of hooligans that kill yourself off really soon. Yes, I've been working very, very hard, very much overtime. And a one-man stinks, never. So please, get on the line, start talking, not threatening. Stay away from their side, stay away from ours. Please, to a good degree, thank you. This is what you're doing to us a little bit here. That is, you know, you did it like that. The one you were talking about, right after you. And again, there. Now she's just all, screw you, that way. You were thinking about, and you come back, and no. You're gonna want that and that type too. You're gonna know you did a mistake, made a mistake. I wouldn't touch that with. You better not. You wouldn't want to. So you need to know these things before you commit. Again, and each of you need to have a relationship with Will here, each and every one of you, to be able to establish your boundaries, what further should, how, where to walk, how to get back on track if ever, or are you at a bottomless pit of not ever your own individual capacity anymore. Dead meat. And that's Beto there too, doing that to you. So I'm not to look at too many pictures over there at the new staff possibilities. In fact, you were gonna get them up, but don't even get them up. Just do the names, especially the gal thing, especially everybody, you know. Oh yeah, I remember you telling. Okay. So I need security so bad, so obvious, Marshal Service. They said a Marshal Server. Security in the terms and means of my passwords. The information shared to everybody. I cannot have them up in scrutiny of everybody can watch at the same time. And we cannot have bribes to turn into monsters bigger to do life off completely. Quote, unquote. I'll just say otherwise, put it up there where you can see them. That straight line to walk. Or don't come around here and surrender your things and don't blow the place up and leave the atmosphere. Have a good time. Goodbye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. This roof, these rules. So stipulated stated. And if there's any ambiguity to doubts or pre-qualifying or not, yes, no, do as your parents say, don't do as your parents do to others. It really can't help. You're talking too much. No, word for word. You can rest easy all the way. So we have a bunch of this thing there right there looks pretty, but if you're over, you know, Charlie was on your own, you got to keep an eye on it. Very much need for you guys to start kicking butt and act like a Secret Service is also, and take custodial control of the building. That the insurer over there is out joking around still. And a fast one to pull on, Steve. I have nothing going on. I don't know it yet. I saw you pull today. That's what she did.
Blank.
I don't know what you're not. That isn't it. You lied with it. How do I want you? I mean, fine, friendly. But there could have been some times the kid not. What would Steve know? He would know, but not to want to get over, and vice versa. Too much. And that oxygen area goes up like this. You would just. So DAs and deputy DAs and stuff like that. You ate my guts, but come on, Steve. Everything you like it. You like it. It likes you. Come on. Oh yeah. 'Cause, 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 So you forgot to lay a hand on somebody. Yep. So had he laid a hand on somebody, or had he a blog, always flag, a flag, a flag. Did you hear about the nuclear debris field and tell a lie? So we have no, to say a nuclear umbrella was once something in the Jane's Weekly, or those guys came in and Sandra Hutchins, we got to do it. So I thought I'd change the subject from them a little bit. But make sure we're on this though. In Hispanic, and Brenda, and I wanted to, but that's not going to work, Brenda, over there, and then to do Hispanic. I got real good tricks on a police radio too now. Laughing, thinks she's a police now, because by murder and anal areas of camaraderie, I don't go there. I'm not a full-blown, I don't do that. Doing that stuff a little bit, I'm not going to, don't solicit them, vice versa, no contact order, no contact order, no contact order, no contact order. So be careful, don't give yourself away. Don't have contact with Brenda. Ah, fuck your ass. That's what they do. Just to put it up my butt. End everybody that way real quick. You did it too. Money, not you didn't. You did you, I did not. You did you, I did not. You did you. And this is a little bit needed though. These arguments can bypass a bunch of very much uncertainties as to how to deal with these kind of questions. Should it be betrothed on that? Oh, we are watched. They are being catch. We are caught in the act, or those possibilities would solicit you, find you. Mr. Harlow's responsibility. The Treasury money looted. EU looted. And not even Superman could get you back on track. It won't be long. If you guys are run like he did, Steve, you're just blowing smoke. Did you call over there? Call a bunch of times. Make sure you solicit your product. Okay. Be right back. Thank you. Thank you, sir. So sharing, when we debriefed them about Ricky's, and then I don't know, police department now, we're doing all, Ricky Arroyo pre-planned, Robert Owen Anderson pre-planned, Charles Chauffeur pre-planned, whether it was research or debriefing. That, okay, let's move along.
Blank.
So in closing here, the nice public defender people, we're really trying to get a funding, building annexation, or residence, safety cordon, a couple staffers over here to meet your staffers meet their staffers, meet miracle work. We don't want to call it exactly that. So maybe we do though. And let's not do anything other than less than just as shared and stipulated. If we could get that together, please. Please call me back. Know my Bank America number. And do not take any murdering, lying, conniving revelry. Do not take that to face personage, please. Thank you. Thank you, sir. It is applicable. Don't listen to a bunch of rebel wanting to loot and burn up the whole place and go down their own way with no place to go. This is a very big center, and it has to stand. Let's get it together. I want to say that's an order, but you got to make sure we're getting funded. You're not supposed to run amok and say uphold never life. Or put it in your face outright. I do not want to do that. I want to show ladylike people's faces right now. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. And there's plenty that can make the link and do it. So let's do it to it. Over and out. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, others. And I'm out of money too, and I'm hungry. And don't say ask mental Manny, the cockroach breeder, enemy of enemies, like you did, to come over here and expletive a phony doctrine and a phony docket and a phony diagnosis this far along. Did I make myself clear? And get that BETTO thing away from me. There's something to say about that. No, you sound a little tired, Steve. Yes, I do. No, make sure we have a fund right away. No? Because you need to be shot dead on sight, sure. And I know that is right to see and sight. Mr. Dukakis also. The same. You're shot dead on sight because you resorted to nuclear attacking us, where we'd all be F-bomb dead, or not have a planet or a saucer superior to piss on. I don't hear nobody talking. Well, show some consideration then, please. No, come on, gun, demented. It's on the loose. They're on the loose, as the deputies, and it's more work for Ansi and that. They're on the loose, I told you. It's more work for us. Oh, they're not? Okay. Well, the saucer magic, we need to work that medium. By not having one syllable of communication, make sure you check your line, give the number out. 714-472-0867. And we did share. I'm about to make another call. Sure you are. Yes, I am. Are we? So you're being unruly, you guys. Do not be like that, please. Let's see right there. So you're teasing about women because we're massacring them and raping them to the fullest extent of the excruciating, like I told you never to do. So I want you to face the excruciating, and you didn't mention of anything, replication and this, that, and the other. And I want you to face that. I want you to face that as soon as possible. And you want me the same because you want to show and strut your new Colossus stuff at a toothpick here. And for the spite of it, I'm going to have to work on this habeas corpus because you didn't send me anything in the email. So this way, if we off this guy again, Beto Jimenez Rigoberto, he won't pop up an hour and 15 minutes later. Did I clarify that better? I don't need a nurse unless, not to say benefits and wind up in a monster morgue. And I don't need an incest job. Fast ones I never need. So, that ain't right, but I'm not gonna show you, 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 I'm not gonna show you. And if I did, these phone calls, if they come back, they have to be real. And we have to get on it right away. No time to waste. And you're not good over there. And you're all, every one of you, are the wrong crowd. I'm glad the others exit stage left. I wouldn't tell you would you. I wouldn't tell you what to. So let's make sure we use a go-between. That insurer, that man right there, to say, how do you want to get? So terrible a fuck over to use that kind of word. And you too, right there, Baton. Unless you want to get it screwed over and make sure you got that right. I'm sorry to say that, I really am. But you can do it. All right, that's it. You can do it. Oh, there. Oh, okay. I'll see you later. I'll see you then. Oh, may good Lord be praised. May peace, justice, truth, justice, and the American way be all that. And may the psychiatric staff find well to do with work in the CDC areas of your special needs. And that would be metamorphosis, reconstruction, and getting back to your spines and not having big monster deformities, gonorrhea as your modus operandus and common denominations. And we want to get back to efficiency psych inside of when we kind of first assembled and brought you forward those areas. I'll leave a message with KBC to do the work for us. Maybe that'll work. That'll work better. But hi, KBC News. Not Hurricane ABC News. No, it doesn't work right. Let me get this. So as you see, as you see, I am obligated and entitled by law and in need of stipulation to take funds from they who are taking funds to go against us and uphold life. As obvious as never can ever want ever done and objected to. So anyone doing that is shot dead on sight. When they doing that, it sounds like the right thing to say. If I hear it right. See if we can express this in the newsroom. They never knew the worst. Oh, come on, they're your friends, Steve. You know better. Hi, KBC News. Steve here, 714-472-0867, and Ansi, of course, and more importantly, the omnipotent creator. And we have plenty to go in writing to go around. And Stephen, the Brown, the phony diagnosis need to be shot dead on sight. And I say it. It's treason. You know what you do. You know what you did. You know why the Treasury looted, money is looted. You know who took it. You know who asked who to be a phony diagnosis this far along? Shot dead on sight. So don't give a thing to do with phony diagnosis anymore and pay the man. You owe my side, my end, and I want you dead man to say other. Every fucking one of you. From the fucking bottom to the top of the holy fucking hell of dense fucking hells you're ever eye for eye gonna excruciatingly got coming. Motherfucker, and that is a threat. If I ever fucking heard one, a legal one. Don't mind. Especially Ricky Arroyo's ass. Any motherfucker named Ricardus also. Cocksucker. Don also. And no. And her too. And any fuckers that make me so fucking upset. Fuck you all die is what I really hope. Don't make me hope that. You want to talk about it at KBC or somebody nearby? The sooner the better you get your eye for an eye excruciating. The sooner the better, enemies. Especially you, newsroom. That don't know how to stay in heaven, huh, you motherfuckers? You don't know how to stage it in heaven instead of hell, you fucking murderers. Do what the fuck I tell you. Do what the fuck I tell you. Or eat a dick right here and now. Over now. Yeah, they did rise up. I say you did, and you're a liar to say you didn't. See? And you know who you are. You're that right there. Brand new, all these we're full of standing. Fuck you. You need to be kissed, dude. Boom! Stand everybody. That way. But everybody, you know, look at other people. They're real nice people. Those are not nice people. Okay, so if I relocate, I wear a blindfold. So these guys will do something so they can. We're gonna write. Let's finish up with a habeas corpus and shut up. Or get an anesthetic. So if and when these guys get snapped, it won't be a reoccurrence 5 minutes later. Oh, you're gonna know. You're gonna wish you a toilet lip is the nicest sound you ever last heard compared to